Hey folks, Bairdos here with something different, as seems to be somewhat of a custom for Sundays. I'm going to go through what I feel is worth mentioning from E3, whether it be games that I am definitely going to get, so you're definitely going to see on the channel, or things that piqued my interest, but you'll hear exactly why certain games are mentioned. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Starting with the Xbox One X. Now, I'm an Xbox gamer, that's pretty clear. Faster load times alone probably sells this to me. The fact that it's the most powerful console ever made, again, sells it to me. But probably the biggest point is so many older games are getting patches for it that I haven't gone around to yet, like The Witcher 3, getting a 4K patch. Yeah, I will happily play it in even better glory than it previously had. So yes, it's going to breathe life into older games, faster load times, all that jazz. I want it. Yeah, it needs to be mine. Next up is easily my game of the last two E3s, Sea of Thieves. I've wanted a game like this for so long, ever since I played the original Pirates game on the NES at my friend Craig's. Such a fun game. Always wanted something like this where multiple players man the same ship and you just sail around going after treasure. How gorgeous does that look? It looks amazing. Amazing. Seeing Skull and Bones from Ubisoft, so it just pushed it further home how good this game looks and feels.
Sunken treasure. It's like a pirate performance.
I need to own this game. So you're going to definitely have content from me in this game. You're going to have Shellhead and Hannon playing it as well. Don't know anyone else, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of other people. I will be throwing lots of this content out because I really want this game. And Rare are just such a good company. It's just couldn't be coming from anyone better, really. Screw those sharks. Yeah, I will. You probably won't hear me mention much about this, apart from when there's more news that comes out, but it's just I need this game. The game that is probably second to Sea of Thieves and game of E3, South Park, The Fractured But Whole. South Park is my humour. It tickles me always. The first South Park, The Stick of Truth, was one of the best RPGs there has ever been made. If you've never played it, you need to. The transition between the US and Canada ended me. I had to put the game down for an hour before I could compose myself again to play it. I expect even more from this. And they're superheroes, so it's going to be even more fun. Yeah, seriously, just South Park RPGs is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I just want it now. Want it now. Another one we all know I'm getting, and there will be lots of content for, Destiny 2. Because of all of the individual releases that Bungie have done for content for this, the E3 sort of trailer done nothing for me really. I mean, seeing him, that was awesome. Hiya Gary, but aside from that, it was a bit eh. But I don't need to see any more. I want to play it. I need it now. Side plug, if you want to see someone playing back through the first one, I'm currently doing that. So feel free to go and check that out. But yeah, there's going to be lots of Destiny 2 coming towards the end of the year. Can't wait for that. This one I didn't expect. I did not expect to get excited about an Assassin's Creed game again for a while, if ever, and this one got me excited. There's a bit in the gameplay trailer where you saw enemies with levels. You loot different stat weapons from enemies. It's not just, oh, you've progressed so far in the game so you can buy the better weapon. It looks like you loot the weapons, and that RPG elements always sing to me. And yeah, this definitely does look the business to me. So I did have plans for Assassin's Creed 3 onwards on the channel, so I think I'll definitely have to do that at some point then, building up to this one. Although I might just start with this one, because I don't actually own Syndicate. I do own the rest though. But yeah, this I got so excited about this. Can't wait for that as well.
You use it as a telephone. It's your music player, your flashlight, calculator.
I hate that I want this game.
But now, finally,
I hate that I now have to spend money on my phone.
So that it can do what it was truly meant to do.
We are playing Cowboys and Indians.
This is how you get me to buy a mobile game. You make it South Park. That's how you do it. Matt and Trey, screw you. So yeah, I obviously won't be coming to the channel, but yeah, you should bet your ass I'll be playing that, because it just looks as good. And this,
hi, I'm John Warner, game director for Anthem.
When I heard that there was a possibility of BioWare showing off their new IP, I squeed a little. Then when I saw the new IP, I squeed a lot. I'm not ashamed to admit that. BioWare, other than what I've heard of Andromeda, they tell some of the best stories going. I mean, you've got Mass Effect.
What did you do?
I don't care about the ending of the third one. Still one of the best series ever.
They weren't freelancers.
Knights of the Old Republic.
They said they could handle
Phenomenal
it. The price was
games.
right.
Just they know how to do story-driven RPGs. They just know it.
I'm sorry.
And when you chuck that all together,
Somewhere.
it's been confirmed since this, that
Anything you need.
the lead writer of Mass Effect 1, or one of the lead writers at least, of Mass Effect 1 and 2, and the Old Republic, I think, is doing the writing for this as well.
You and your friends are freelancers. The
You
heroes
combine
leave the safety of the walls of Fort
that
Solis,
with
explore the unknown, and
the
protect humanity.
Destiny slash Division, no, let's not mention Division, Destiny sort of
You ready to go?
Just grabbing some supplies. Just about ready.
What are you gonna use today?
open world elements to it. I cannot wait for it. I like the fact that conversation that just happened there, it sounds as though you're not locked into a class. So when you're getting drops, you're not going to be like, oh damn it, that's from a Titan, I don't I want to be getting stuff from a warlock. Or better yet, if you only have one class in Destiny like a lot of people did, and you got a Titan drop, well that's useless to me. In this, you're going to be, I would imagine, be able to go, oh cool, I can use that the next time I'm on my X-Mech. And it looks amazing. I mean, that just looks... Talking about Sea of Thieves being a game that I've been wanting for ages. Being able to fly around a world like this. And... the first time I bump into an invisible wall, I'm going to be so disappointed. No, honestly, this looks amazing. And there will be a lot of this. A damn lot of this coming to the channel.
It's a dynamic world with around every corner.
Again, likely have Hannon and Shellhead involved in that.
I'm not sure what
Yeah, definitely looks like my sort of fun. That guy looks fun.
He seems like a problem for another day.
Anyway, I've gushed enough about that. So now we're going on to the stuff that's...
What's your plan?
maybe not a guaranteed buy, but definitely piqued my interest. A Way Out
And I decide what goes
certainly got me interested.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of Brothers, the game that Brother A Tale of Two Sons. Didn't like the control system.
My name is Joseph Fares, and I'm the writer-director of A Way Out.
This
A Way Out is a
sounds really cool.
co-op game. It is designed, played, and experienced only in split-screen.
Probably
co-op,
actually
which
something
means you
me
have
and
to
my wife are
the
going to
game with
play.
a friend, either online or on your couch. The game
What
starts in
really,
prison.
what I really
You play
like
as
about it
Vincent,
is the fact
and
that
you and a friend will get to know your characters and unfold their story together.
You don't know anything about me, man.
how things play out
But Harvey killed someone
different
very close to me.
depending on who does the action.
With or without you.
That
I'm
really,
going after him.
really,
Let me show you
I
some of the
really
scenarios
enjoy
in
the
the
look
game.
of that.
On the right side, you
So
see
it's not
Leo,
just a
who's already in prison. On the
regardless of who
left,
does the
you see
action, even
Vincent,
though they're
who
two
just arrived.
completely
Now, if you
separate
look to the right again,
mentality
you can see that
people
Leo can be controlled,
gonna do
while
things
Vincent is in a
differently.
cutscene.
There's so many other
Here's
games
another
where
one.
they
Vincent
you
and
just do
Leo
it the same
are
way
now in the
regardless of who
laundry
you are.
room. Your goal is to smuggle
This,
sheets
yeah,
using a
this
laundry cart.
really
You can approach the scenario in different ways.
really
Either
looks
get the
cool.
cart with Vincent,
And
No,
the
I
guy
got
behind
good
it
background.
was really passionate when he was on
Just got your
stage.
name
Really passionate, which is always
It's,
nice.
broken.
Next up, Battlefront 2. The Battlefront should have been. This is a probable get. A few more of my mates will have this, but yeah, I mean, as long as they sort out, as long as there's plenty of customization options, because that's something I noticed with the first one, there wasn't that many. And space battles from the get-go, rather than it being DLC, which they've already confirmed, so that's good. Definitely going to be interested in that. Darth Maul, you could, yeah, just Darth Maul, get. And I also like how they've done the music in the trailer. That was pretty cool. Metro. This is a game that I've played a bit of the free trial for, but never actually got around to the full thing. Heard wonderful things about it, but it's on the long list. But this really did look awesome and was one of the many unexpected of the Xbox conference. So yeah, I mean, all of these aesthetics, if they're in the actual full game rather than just this demo, like that reload mechanism, picking up the ammo and actually putting it straight in, if that's in the full, just, yeah, it would add to the suspense. So yeah, really like, and that lighter thing was cool as anything. Wanting people to do that with cobwebs for so long. But yeah, Metro could be something that comes to the channel, but certainly something that looked awesome. Right, another one of the updates from last year's E3 was Detroit. This would be a certain buy if it was on Xbox. As it's Sony, the chances of me getting a PS4 are slim. There's not been anything that's a system seller for me, apart from maybe Horizon Zero Dawn last year, but I would need a few system sellers for me to justify buying one. But this certainly looks like a good bit of fun, and from the creators of Heavy Rain, I'm pretty sure, which I never got around to. I do have a PS3, but heard all the good things about it. However, it's got Avery from Grey's Anatomy in it. That's worth a watch as well, you know. Seeing how he reacts in game, other than just this trailer. Plus, running around getting him killed as many times as possible might be fun. Spider-Man, another one of the from last year's. Not gonna lie, if it is the Arkham fighting combat system that I've heard rumours of, I'm not sure how much more of it I can take. But these additional elements of Spider-Man-ness, yeah, that I like. Like that's awesome. But I'm unsure how long that's going to remain awesome, and before it becomes pretty monotonous. But I do hope it does well, because the more awesome superhero games there are, the better. Because they really need to start making constant good superhero games. There's so many bad ones. So many bad ones. Right, now we're getting into the things I'm not likely to buy, but were definitely worth mentioning. This I thought was a massive coup for Xbox. Getting console exclusivity on the unknown Battlegrounds. I don't know whether I will ever get into it. If any of my mates get into it, then maybe, but it's certainly not something I'll be instigating to getting into. I'd rather it was part of a bigger game like happened in The Division. But, no, I mean, it's so much fun to watch people playing, and there's so many people playing it on PC just now. I don't understand why more wasn't made of this. Really don't. Just kind of go, surely this is what was needed. I mentioned system sellers earlier on for Sony, and I'll tell you right now, I'm closer to buying a Switch than I am a PS4. And this game is a lot to thank for that. Mario and XCOM together just ticks a lot of boxes for me. And it looks hilarious as well. Nah, I really would like to play that. Yeah, it really would be cool. This was a strange one, because it was the only of the PlayStation games that I picked that wasn't already known, or I hadn't already seen about. And a few years ago I'd have lost my shit about it, because Monster Hunter, I wanted a Monster Hunter game on something I owned for so long. And now it comes to something I definitely, or I'm not likely to own. It's a bit infuriating. But I wasn't that enamored by it either. It didn't quite have the same oomph to it that the ones on the Wii U had in their trailers, so I don't know what the score has been with that, but yeah, definitely it was worth a mention though, because like I said, a few years ago I would have lost my shit about it. And that is it. So, a bit of a longer breakdown than I was intending to do, but yeah, just wanted to give you guys a heads up of what I liked from the E3 conferences. This obviously isn't taking into account the extra stuff that was shown after the conferences. I've not been able to keep up with that, but yeah, for me, Microsoft won E3. If you want to do a winners, more stuff that I was interested in, not just because I owned the console, but they also hit me with a lot more games than anyone else did. A lot more games that I hadn't already seen. I think Ubisoft let me down by not having Aisha Tyler there. What was up with that? But yeah, Ubisoft were solid again. They usually are. But I mean, they even got me interested in the Just Dance section by playing Hyuna. Who doesn't like a little bit of bubble pop? Yeah, we're alright. I mean, they done the brief reveal of Anthem and then let Xbox have the big reveal. That's good to me. I mean, hopefully there's a marketing agreement there. But and I know Phil Spencer said he doesn't want anything in place like what Sony have with Destiny because it's anti-consumer, which I wholeheartedly agree with. I don't want people to get stuff later because they're on a different console. That's just not. Nah, I'm not for that. So yeah, we're all right. Bethesda kind of screwed up pooch with the paid mods, although again I've not actually watched the reveal of that. But if it's just specific developers that are doing it, then surely the modding community is still going to remain the modding community, and the ones that do it, the ones that are the best, are going to stay free. So there's not going to be an issue. I don't know. But Sony really didn't do anything for me. I mean, they were an hour. They really not have anything extra to fill that half an hour with. And most of that hour is all the stuff we'd already seen, or VR stuff, which, I mean, is VR really selling PlayStations that much? Yeah, felt a bit let down by them. I mean, Sony are usually good for, here's what you'll play in 3 to 4 years. They didn't even have much of that. So yeah, that was E3 in a nutshell from me. It was good. I want the games now. Give me them now. So if you want to see any of what I've just discussed about, it'll probably be towards the end of the year, but hit subscribe now. Plenty of content coming out between now and then, daily. And thanks for listening to me witter on. First time I've done one of these, so no idea how the content ID is going to do with the trailers, but we'll see.